coming in on the broadcast, and this is what top sources are telling Times Now. Ayodhya police, according to sources, will write to Enforcement Directorate in the Ram Temple embezzlement case, and they claim if the recovery amount mounts up, if it increases, then ED can investigate the matter. So Ayodhya police might write to the Enforcement Directorate seeking their help, seeking an ED investigation if the donation amount mounts. If that increases, if the theft amount mounts, then ED can step in. ED likely to probe embezzlement. That's the big breaking update we're getting for you. ED to probe only if this gets bigger. At the moment, of course, the SIT is carrying out an investigation. They are also interrogating the 8 accused behind bars who, according to reports and sources, have confessed to theft. They've also spoken about the role of individuals like Anil Mishra and how hiring of the staff happened based on recommendations. There was another insider in charge of the office who said that Champat Rai and Anil Mishra continue to function just like they did before this entire embezzlement row, despite them having resigned, stepped down. Since their resignation has not been accepted, they are continuing to function just like they were before this entire row, this entire controversy broke out. But the big story, the big angle at the moment is that ED could probe, could step in as far as the embezzlement row is concerned, only if the recovery gets bigger. Still, the SIT is in the process of recovering cash, but if that amount gets bigger and if the ambit of the entire investigation in terms of recoveries that are being made widens, then the Enforcement Directorate could step in to probe the case. Let's go across to Adib, who's getting us more details. Adib, this is what we are given to understand at the moment, that Ayodhya police could write to the Enforcement Directorate and they could step in if the recovery amount increases.
Well, certainly, Swati, see, the Ayodhya police right now is mulling that whether they need to bring ED into this particular case because of the as the probe of the Ayodhya police, the criminal investigation which Ayodhya police is leading. They are saying and they are expecting that the money trail can increase, and they are also thinking about ED because this particular case not just involves 8 individuals, but it also involves several of the banks. So for that reason, now the Ayodhya police, they are mulling upon that whether they should involve ED or not, and for that if they get the approval from the senior and the state government, they can write to ED to officially investigate this particular case. But right now what we are learning from the sources is that Ayodhya police, they are mulling upon that whether to involve ED or not in this particular case, so that they can eventually the ED, these investigative agency, will help Ayodhya police in cracking down this case and arresting all those culprits.
So that is a possibility.
Involved in
the Ayodhya police could get the ED involved. They could write to the Enforcement Directorate and ED could step in if the recovery amount keeps increasing. Adib, do stay on with us. Now, Avinash Shukla, just like Anukalp Mishra and Lavkush Mishra, was an outsourced employee. On the 5th of June, the trust recovered 58 lakh rupees from the place where Avinash Shukla was staying in Ayodhya. He was staying at a yoga kendra. Times Now's Mohit Bhatt went to the same place, the yoga kendra where Avinash was staying, and from where a bag full of cash was recovered. Let's take a look at this exclusive ground report.
So this is the box over here from where the money was recovered. Seema ji, who is telling us, ma'am, इसमें से मिला था पैसा?
हाँ, जैसा कि मीडिया में बताया गया, और क्योंकि मैं तो उस टाइम पे थी नहीं, लेकिन इसी में से निकला।
इसी में से पैसा निकला, और ये अविनाश का ही बक्सा था या सिर्फ उसका था?
दोनों भाइयों का। ये अभी जैसा कि सुंदर ने बताया कि जब ये राम दर्शन यात्रा हम लोग की चल रही थी, उसके बाद जब चंदा इकट्ठा किया जा रहा था, तो ये बक्सा उस समय का।
So there you heard Seema ji, who used to teach yoga over here, and she says that she did not have even an iota of an idea that people like Abhishek and Avinash would indulge in this. But this is the exclusive report from the yoga kendra. This is the box from where the money was recovered by the police and the trust officials. Times Now reporting from yoga kendra in Kaushalpuri, Ayodhya for Times Now, Mohit Bhatt.
Well, sources have told Times Now that today the Ayodhya police will interrogate Anil Mishra and Gopal Rao. Gopal Rao was a special invitee to the trust. Champat Rai, Anil Mishra and Gopal Rao are associated with management of the Ram Temple, and none of them have been named in the FIR. Champat Rai has already been grilled for over 3 hours and he has denied any role in embezzlement. But you will be shocked to hear that since Champat Rai and Anil Mishra's recommendations haven't been accepted, Their resignation, I beg your pardon, hasn't been accepted. Both are still working. It's business as usual for them. We spoke to Ram Mandir Trust Office in charge, Prakash Gupta. Listen in.
तो मतलब अभी भी वो काम देख रहे हैं?
अब इस्तीफा दिया लेकिन स्वीकार तो हुआ नहीं। जब ट्रस्ट की बैठक हो और उनका इस्तीफा स्वीकार हो जाए और उनके दायित्व को किसी और को सौंपा जाए तभी तो कोई काम देखेगा।
तब तक वो मतलब अनिल जी और चंपत जी अपना काम करते हैं?
अपना काम कर रहे हैं। ट्रस्ट की बैठक होगी, शायद होने वाली है, उनको दायित्व से मुक्त कर देंगे, छोड़ देंगे।
Well, the probe so far has revealed that several employees were hired by the trust, especially on Anil Mishra's recommendation. Yesterday, the cops also interrogated other accused, including Lavkush Anukalp and Subhash Srivastav in jail. Sources say they too confessed to the theft of donations, claiming that Tinu Yadav's presence assured the accused that they won't face any questions. The accused were well aware of the locations of the cameras, and to evade surveillance, one person would handle the cash while others stood to shield the act as they removed cash. As per sources, the interrogation revealed that all the bank employees involved in the counting process also received an equal share of the proceeds, so they were involved. There were several lapses that led to massive donation scam. Let's break down the details of that for you. As far as lapses are concerned, this is what sources have been telling your channel. Theft occurred during counting and packing stage. The protocol requiring a pocket-less dress code was completely ignored. Cash deposit and record-keeping rules were not followed. They were in fact flouted. There were loopholes in the CCTV surveillance system and they were well exploited by the accused. Frisking was carried out by private security personnel. An outsourced workforce led to weak accountability. Sources are also saying that the donation system relied on manual cash handling. Likely lapses that are under the lens, let me take you through that as well. Lapse number 1, this is what we're given to understand, that there was no strict entry-exit checks. So that protocol clearly was not followed. Number 2, police had no access to the donation counting center. Number 3, pockets were used and socks were used to conceal cash. Remember that norm of pocketless clothing was flouted, so the clothing that had pockets were used by these employees and they used to conceal cash in that. Number 4, CCTV rules were changed. The recording protocols were altered multiple times. Lapse number 6, only a few trust officials had access to CCTV. Lapse number 7, rules for counting staff were changed on several occasions. Lapse number 8, footage of the CCTV was preserved for only 45 days. Lapse number 9, there was no proper frisking. So the accused were not subjected to proper frisking while leaving the temple premise. The temple trust is now adhering to all these protocols strictly. On 6th of July, the trust will have a meeting and a decision on more representation to saints and seers will be considered. Digital donations to the trust are also under scrutiny. Sources have told us that a detailed report regarding the case has been sent to the RSS chief. The report outlines management of the temple and details regarding offerings. RSS is likely to take a major decision based on the report. This is significant ahead of the 6th July meeting. RSS, meanwhile, has already distanced itself from certain key office bearers associated with the trust. Let me go across to my colleague Mohit, who's getting us more details. Mohit, we earlier also played out your ground report. There are a lot of breaking inputs coming in on the broadcast. On 6th of July, there's going to be a meeting. And ahead of that, a report is also to be submitted to the RSS leadership.
Well, yes, in fact, and RSS had sent their representative over here in Ayodhya, the Eastern in charge, Anil Ji, and he has met various saints and seers over here. So it's expected that a report would be sent to the top leadership of the RSS. Now, why that particular report or the feedback would be important, Swati? Because on 6th of July, an important meeting of trust will take place. Major decisions regarding the reconstruction of the whole structure of the trust that could be taken in. Also, there will be a decision taken on whether to accept the resignations of Champat Rai or Anil Mishra or not, because in all likelihood their resignations would be accepted. As of now, their resignations have not been accepted and decision will be taken on 6th of July. Now, there could be more and more representation from the saints and seers, specifically from Ayodhya in the trust, and perhaps that is why that particular meeting would be important. All the protocols that have been flouted, they will be strictly enforced in this particular meeting, and there will be strict guidelines coming in for all those who are working within the trust, specifically those who will be be working in the donation area where the cash would be counted. So that all would be discussed in that particular meeting. That's a very important meeting. But Swati, as you were rightly pointing out, we were the first one to report from that particular area, that particular yoga center from where money was recovered from Avinash Shukla. Now, people over there said that his brother Abhishek was living here for 10 years. Avinash was living here from past 1.5 years. And this was the same time, around 13 months ago, Avinash Shukla got job at the trust. Now, if he would have if he has got job at the trust by just 13 months earlier, how did he accumulate so much wealth, so much cash? That is the main question. So the police is trying to find the nexus behind it.
There are a lot of in fact questions that the officials are looking for an answer. Stay on with us, Mohit. Let's also shift our focus to politics on this issue. Opposition is not convinced with the investigation. And the opposition is now demanding a high-level judicial probe. Listen in.
The Communist Party of India has demanded a high-level judicial probe when the embezzlement issue surfaced. But Yogi Adityanath didn't listen to the voices of opposition parties. He ordered some SIT. SIT identified only 8 persons, and several Vishwa Hindu Parishad leaders started resigning. This scam has taken place, has been taking place under the very nose of double engine government. Mr. Modi, Mr. Adityanath must tell the truth to.
देखिए, बात सही है कि जो अपने पार्टी के लोग होते हैं या जो चाहने वाले लोग होते हैं वो अपने लीडर को शक्तिशाली मानते हैं और उनको लगता है कि आने वाले समय में उनके पास हर तरह से सत्ता आएगी, हुकूमत आएगी, तो उसी तरह से उनको प्रोजेक्ट करने की कोशिश करते हैं। तो उत्तर प्रदेश का चुनाव बहुत नज़दीक है, तो हर पार्टी अपने अपने ढंग से अपने लीडर को प्रोजेक्ट करती है। अब मोदी जी के बारे में कहा जाता है कि राम को यही लाए हैं, तो हकीकत है ये कि राम को लाए हैं, लेकिन वो चल रहा है।
Shifting focus to the breaking inputs coming in, Akhilesh Yadav has taken a jibe. He says turn off CCTV, Chanda will be back. Offering will be back on its own, says Akhilesh Yadav. Let's listen in.
प्रभु श्री राम इतने दयालु हैं, मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम राम के बारे में पूरा देश दुनिया यही जानती है कि अगर सीसीटीवी बंद कर दें ये लोग और आंखें बंद कर लें कुछ देर के लिए तो अपने आप चढ़ावा वापस आ जाएगा।
For breaking inputs coming in, the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Yogi Adityanath, has sharpened attack on Congress SP, says those against Mandir are speaking up now. He's also assured strict action, says no one allowed to toy with faith.
जिन लोगों ने काशी विश्वनाथ धाम का विरोध किया था, जो मथुरा वृंदावन का विरोध कर रहे थे, जो सुखतीर्थ का विरोध कर रहे थे, उपेक्षित छोड़ दिया था, जिन्होंने राम जन्मभूमि के हमेशा आंदोलन का विरोध किया था और राम जन्मभूमि पर भगवान राम का भव्य मंदिर न बने, जो लोग जय श्री राम के कहने पर लाठी चलाते थे और राम मंदिर के लिए कार सेवा करने आए हुए राम भक्तों पर गोलियां चलाते थे, ये आस्था के साथ खिलवाड़ नहीं। जो अपराधी होगा उसके खिलाफ कठोरतापूर्वक कार्रवाई होगी, लेकिन हिंदू आस्था के साथ किसी को खिलवाड़ करने के लिए छूट नहीं देंगे।
Mohit continues to be with us on the broadcast. Mohit, the politics refuses to die down on this issue. In fact, it's only intensifying with Akhilesh Yadav now taking a jibe. Remember, he had earlier also alleged that the investigation is taking time because the government is giving a long rope to those involved to hide the evidence.
Well, yes, in fact, Swati, and the opposition party, specifically Akhilesh Yadav, has been raising this issue from past almost a month. And it was on 7th of June that Akhilesh first raised this particular issue. And in run-up to the UP election, Swati, this will be an issue that will be raised by the opposition parties because what has happened within the trust, the massive siphoning of money, embezzlement, that has given fodder to the opposition party, specifically the Samajwadi Party, to attack the BJP. Now, in counter to that, we have seen that how on daily basis Yogi Adityanath or other BJP leader, they are coming out, hitting out at Akhilesh Yadav, saying that those who have always been against the construction of Ram Temple in Ayodhya, those who have fired upon the car sevaks, those who have never visited Prabhu Shri Ram's temple in Ayodhya, today talking about Ram Temple, today talking about the trust, just because for the sake of their politics. So we see massive politics over this particular issue. Akhilesh Yadav has been saying this, that these are the small fishes that have been caught. The real culprit behind this, they have been given long rope, and the SIT investigation would not suffice this particular issue. They want a proper probe into this particular matter. In fact, various opposition parties, specifically the Congress, also have come out and they want a court-monitored probe. So in run-up to the elections, which is just few months away, this issue would be an emotive issue. This issue would be raised by the opposition parties.
Absolutely. This is going to snowball into a major controversy during the elections as well. The opposition definitely is going to raise it. Thank you, Mohit, for getting us the details. We're moving on. We have some breaking inputs coming in on the